Hey everyone, ready to learn about crypto? Today we're going to do a deep dive into Solana.
It's definitely been making some waves.
It has, and especially for those of you just starting out with crypto, maybe a little bit intimidated by it, we're going to unpack Solana and figure out why people are so excited about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's trying to solve some of the biggest challenges in blockchain, like transaction speed and cost, so there's definitely a reason for all this excitement.
Yeah, speed is what I hear about the most, but can we break it down? What is Solana exactly?
Well, think of it this way. It's like a brand new highway system,
Okay,
but designed for speed and efficiency. It's a platform for developers to build all kinds of applications, everything from like games and social media to even really complex financial tools.
wow.
And it was founded by this guy, Anatoly Yakovenko, who used to be a tech genius over at Qualcomm.
Oh, wow.
And he really wanted to create a blockchain that could handle like just an insane amount of transactions, like at lightning speed.
Okay, so speed. Why is speed so important in the crypto world?
Well, you would think that, everything moves at the speed of the internet, right? But traditional blockchains, I'm thinking like Bitcoin and Ethereum,
Right.
they've actually had trouble keeping up with demand as they've grown.
Ah, okay.
So that's led to like slower transaction times, higher fees, which is really annoying for users. So Solana's like, we're going to tackle this head on. They're trying to solve what's called the blockchain trilemma.
Blockchain trilemma.
Yeah.
That sounds a little scary.
It's not as scary as it sounds. Basically, it says that it's really hard to have all three of these things at the same time: speed, security, and decentralization.
Okay.
Most blockchains, they have to sacrifice one to get really good at the other two.
Right.
But Solana's saying, no, we can do all three. And they're using this really unique approach called proof of history, or POH, combined with proof of stake, which a lot of people are familiar with.
Proof of history. Is that like a blockchain time machine or something?
It's actually a pretty clever way to keep track of transactions. So imagine like a line of people waiting for a roller coaster.
Okay.
Instead of checking each person's ticket one by one, that takes forever, proof of history just takes a snapshot of the whole line at a specific time.
Gotcha.
And it creates this verifiable record that everyone can agree on. This way, it's so much faster to confirm the order of events.
Okay, so like a timestamp that everyone can trust. But how does that actually speed things up?
Well, because with proof of history, the validators, which are the computers that help secure the network, don't need to spend all this time figuring out when each transaction happened.
Right.
They already have this really reliable order, so they can just focus on verifying the transactions themselves, which is way quicker.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So it's really streamlining the whole process.
Exactly.
Okay, this all sounds very impressive, but how fast are we talking?
All right, so get this, because this is where it gets really exciting. Solana can theoretically process over 710,000 transactions per second.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a big number.
it is a big number.
710,000.
Yeah,
That's like mind-blowing.
it is.
Okay, so in comparison, what about Ethereum? Like that's the one that I hear about all the time.
Sure, yeah. So as it stands today, Ethereum can manage around 15 transactions per second.
Okay, that's like not even a contest. That's like a snail versus a cheetah or something. So what does this difference in speed, what potential does that unlock?
It's crazy, right? It's like it opens up all these possibilities. Like imagine sending money to a friend instantly, like across the world,
Right.
or playing like a super smooth blockchain game with no lag.
Wow.
And then even beyond the individual user, this speed could actually revolutionize whole industries. Like think about supply chains,
Yeah.
even voting systems by making these transactions faster, cheaper, and just way more efficient.
Okay, so I'm starting to get the hype.
Yeah,
But like any new technology, I'm guessing there are some downsides, right?
absolutely. Yeah. Like no blockchain is perfect.
Right.
And with Solana, one of the biggest concerns is centralization.
Okay.
It's striving for decentralization, of course, like most blockchains do. But compared to Ethereum, it actually has fewer validators.
Wait, so how can it be decentralized if a small group is controlling most of the network?
Right, that's exactly the debate with Solana. Having fewer validators can make the network more vulnerable, like to attacks or manipulation.
Right.
And it also means it's a lot harder for like regular people to participate in securing the network.
Okay.
So it's this trade-off between speed and decentralization.
Gotcha.
And it's definitely something that investors need to think about.
So it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Not quite.
But even with these downsides, the potential is huge, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And actually, we haven't even talked about the SOL token, which is Solana's own cryptocurrency,
Oh, right.
or how it stacks up against Ethereum.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that.
Let's do it. So the SOL token, that's Solana's very own cryptocurrency. It's kind of like the fuel that powers the whole Solana ecosystem.
Okay, so we've talked about the tech, the speed, but for someone like me, I'm new to all this. The token, Is that really what it all comes down to? What makes SOL valuable? Like, why would anyone want to buy this?
Yeah, you're right. The token is a key part of it all. And think of SOL as the currency you use when you're on that Solana Highway we were talking about. You need it to pay the tolls, which are those transaction fees,
Right.
and you need SOL to interact with all those cool applications built on Solana.
Okay, so it keeps things running smoothly. But why would the value go up? What makes this different from just any other token out there?
Well, the simple answer is as more people use Solana, demand for SOL goes up, right? More developers building, more users making transactions, more activity. All of that means people need more SOL.
Right.
And that can really drive up its price.
Supply and demand, I get it. But is there anything else that makes SOL special? Like, what can you actually do with it besides just making transactions?
Well, one of the cool things you can do is called staking. And basically, you can think of staking as putting your SOL tokens to work. You're kind of locking them up for a certain amount of time,
Okay.
and you help secure the network by doing that. And in return, you earn rewards.
Oh, so it's kind of like earning interest on your feelings.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. So
Oh.
staking can be a great way to just passively earn more SOL
Okay.
while also supporting the network's security. And then, of course, like most cryptocurrencies, people buy SOL because they think it's going to be worth more in the future.
Right. So there's that element of speculation, too. It's like it's listing in a company that you think is going to be successful, but in this case, it's crypto.
Exactly, yeah. There's always a risk, but if Solana does live up to its potential, early investors could see some big gains.
Okay, the SOL token, it's got some interesting potential. But before anyone rushes out to buy SOL, let's talk about the risks. We mentioned centralization a little bit, but is there anything else people should be aware of?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing to remember is that Solana, it's still relatively new. It hasn't been around as long as Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Right.
So it hasn't had that same level of testing under real-world conditions.
Oh, so things could go wrong. It hasn't been battle tested.
Yeah, exactly. And we've already seen a couple times where the Solana network actually experienced some outages or slowdowns.
Oh,
And any new tech is going to have some growing pains, but
sure.
yeah, it's something to be aware of.
Okay, outages, that doesn't sound good. Any other red flags that investors should be watching out for?
Well, another thing to think about is the competition. I mean, the crypto world, it's super dynamic. New platforms are popping up all the time.
Right.
And while Solana has a lot of buzz, it's not the only one out there trying to achieve this speed and scalability.
So someone could come along and do it even better.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's always possible. There are no guarantees in crypto. But Solana has a lot going for it.
Right.
It's got the tech, it's got a growing community.
Yeah.
So whether it can stay ahead, we'll have to see.
It's a gamble, like any investment.
Yeah.
But for someone who's like totally new to crypto, Solana seems like something worth checking out, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's really pushing the limits of what blockchain can do. And I think it has the potential to change how we interact with technology in some pretty big ways.
Okay, so we've covered the tech, the token, the potential upsides and downsides. But the big question I keep hearing everywhere, and I think it's time we talk about it, Solana versus Ethereum.
Oh, yeah. The battle of the blockchains. Everyone wants to know.
Is Solana really an Ethereum killer? Or is that just hype? Let's get into it. All right, let's settle this. Solana versus Ethereum. It's the battle of the blockchains. In this corner, we've got Ethereum, the heavyweight champ, the one that started it all with those smart contracts, DeFi, all that.
Yeah, Ethereum definitely has that first mover advantage. It's like been around the block a few times, got that loyal fan base.
Right, and in the other corner, we've got Solana, the newcomer, super fast, low fees, looking to take down the champ.
Yeah, Solana's like that rookie sensation that everyone's watching. Could really shake things up.
So for someone brand new to crypto, what are the main differences? Like, why is Solana considered a potential Ethereum competitor?
Well, I think it really boils down to what we talked about before, speed and cost.
Right.
Solana can handle thousands of transactions per second, which is way more than Ethereum can right now.
Right.
So that means faster confirmations, much lower fees for everyone. And for someone just starting out, that's a big deal.
It's like choosing to take a high-speed train versus, like, waiting for the bus.
Exactly. Plus, there's the energy consumption thing. Solana's proof of history, it uses a lot less energy than the way Ethereum works right now.
Oh, right, right.
So that's good for the environment, but it also means lower costs for the people running the network.
So Solana, faster, cheaper, greener. Sounds pretty good so far.
Yeah.
But Ethereum's not just going to sit back and watch, right? They've got that big upgrade coming, Ethereum 2.0.
That's right. Ethereum 2.0, it's a huge project. They're trying to solve a lot of the issues they have now with, scaling and costs.
So do you think Ethereum 2.0 can actually catch up to Solana?
Well, it's a race, it's a tough challenge. Ethereum 2.0 is complicated and it's been in the works for a while. If they pull it off, it could make Ethereum a lot more competitive.
Okay.
But Solana's already out there. And they're not slowing down either.
So it's not just about the tech, it's also about who can actually deliver.
Exactly. And it also comes down to the community, who's building on the platform, who's using it. Ethereum's got a huge community. Solana's growing fast, but they've still got some catching up to do.
So for someone new to crypto, trying to decide where to start, what's the takeaway, Solana or Ethereum?
Well, I think it depends what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
If you want speed, low fees, something that's pushing the limits, Solana's a good choice. But if you want something that's been around longer, maybe feels a bit safer, has a lot of projects already built on it, then Ethereum might be better.
It's like choosing between a brand new sports car and a classic truck.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The important thing is do your research, understand the risks, and pick what works for you.
Okay, so no clear winner in the Solana versus Ethereum debate. Both have their pros and cons.
Yep, definitely a lot to consider.
Well, I think we've covered a lot today.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about the basics of Solana, all the way to the blockchain trilemma, the battle with Ethereum.
It's a lot to take in.
But hopefully this deep dive has given you a good starting point to explore Solana and the whole crypto world.
Definitely.
Crypto could be intimidating, but the more you learn, the better equipped you'll be to navigate it.
Exactly. Knowledge is power in crypto. So keep learning, keep experimenting. You never know. Maybe you'll build the next big blockchain platform.
That's all for today, Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.